Hello everyone, Zelleranth here, and for today's video we're going to be doing an account review. It's been a little bit since I've done one, and I was looking to do one here after the Agnes Tachyon Light Hello banner had dropped, and everybody had done their polls, which for a lot of people, depending on if they were very lucky, very unlucky, may have shifted their poll priorities. And I think since my last one, we've already now had Kopano Ricky, Summer Maduzensky, and this. So a lot of people are now in completely different situations than they were before all that in terms of what they might want to be pulling for. So we have 4 of them out here, 4 new ones since then. This one was 1 day ago. I don't know if it was before or after they did their polls. But we'll just go ahead and do that one and go up. And so I kind of do these randomly. Like I want to try and do them once a week, but I always tend to get busy, especially when it was coming up to Grand Live. I just kind of was making a ton of other videos. But if you keep putting them in here, if I get to them, I get to them. Once they become too old, I just don't get to them. After it's been like 2 or 3 weeks, you can always just make another post, and I can answer it. I know a lot of other people do come in here and help out in advising people as well. But sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not. Just try not to spam it. I just say just put a new post after like 2 weeks or so, and maybe I'll get to it. But with that, let's just go ahead and get into this first one here. We have Late End Main, looking at their poll plan. So, oh man, this one is definitely going really far out. If I cannot advise you when it goes like way past Grand Live, because I have not like looked at everything and have everything in my mind where it's located at. Like, I'm starting to now kind of get myself familiar with Lark, because I like to keep myself about 2 scenarios ahead. So we can kind of discuss it, but I can't go all the way out yet. So I've been trying to min-max poll plan. All right. So, with that... Oh, this was before Agnes Tachyon and Light Hello. So they had... Oh my goodness. They had 200 polls here planned. So that guarantees Light Hello at a minimum. If they're super lucky, they have both those. Then you have Daiichi Ruby. Yep. Hopefully you can get Limit Break 1 on her. From my understanding, you don't absolutely need it, but the Limit Break 1 does have the skill point. But I can see why, with the simple fact that you're not really using the power card, using her as a power card for hitting power. You're primarily using her just for the skill itself, because it's that good of one. And so that kind of works there. Then you're skipping all the way to Major Romanu. 400 pulls there. Hopefully that works out pretty well. Looks like you're going to plan to perma borrow Goddess card. Which, if that's the case, I would have to see. You don't show what you... oh, wait. Here's your deck. Let's see what you have. You have Key to Sun Black. Oh, you have Fuku Speed. Super Creek. You don't have plans for pulling Super Creek. Maybe you're going to use... I'll have to see what your selectors and stuff are. But getting her topped up, especially for Grand Live when you're using her, because you need all the friendship you can get. Let's see. Kind of like mixed of everything here. You have the main ones. You have 1 copy of Summer Maduzensky too. You're gonna want to limit break her as well, potentially, because she's still a good stat stick even if you're not using her. She has like Slipstream and all that for for your ace runs, so she's still good to use one there as well. So let me see. You had the selectors done. What do you got? That up. Okay, yeah, you're topping up Super Creek. Good there. Looks like Oshi pick here. I mean, you have her planned to Sekra Laurel. Oh, you don't plan to pulver her. You're going to use the selector for her. This one, 150. I'm guessing there's free pulls that I'm not knowing of right here. If there's free pulls, that's all you need. I think this takes into consideration free pulls, so you can go ahead and just put the 200. But that one's good there. Don't know enough about them, but you don't have any plan there. 400 here. This is a big banner. I would plan, worst case, 600 here. Really pop off on that El Condor Pasa speed. Make sure you get MLB on her. I mean, you have the rainbow crystals too, so 400 may work. And you have tons of pulls. And I would just make sure you get her. Depending on how everything works out, like a worst case scenario, going to 600 and make sure you MLB her, unless you have the rainbow crystals to kind of carry you from there. Duramante is good. If you're a late search, I mean, with the pulls you have, depending on how changes go. Another one, because you're late / end, there is Jungle Pocket Speed as well. But she may be a good borrow, depending on how the rest of your stuff goes. I just know you're planning to perma-borrow Goddess card. But depending on how your luck goes, you may want to just do 200 pulls, or pull on Goddess card until you get to 200. To get at least one copy of her, just to give you some flexibility. Especially so it'll give you like the ability to borrow that. And you also have Mihona, or you have Manhattan Cafe Wit, which is a very good one for your lates for longs. Which you don't currently, it doesn't look like you are going to go deep into the selectors. But Manhattan Cafe is a good one for your late surgers. And then, yeah, you're starting to get a little far in here. But yeah, it looks like, I mean, you're going to pull on all the scenario banners. But anything past that point, yeah, you're going real deep. I don't know all of them. Of course, Air Shakir is good. Still Love's good. Scenario Banner. Jungle Pocket's good. There is one if you like end closers. I mean, it might be just a borrow. Narita Taishin Wit. I don't know where she's at in here. But Narita Taishin Wit. You are conserving a lot of pulls, though. So, maybe it's a flex option, depending on how it out. But I'm seeing most of the meta cards on here. I think your plan's overall pretty good. But you are being really conservative. Just know you also have the crystals. So you might be able to pop off on another card or two in there that are also kind of meta, or an Uma that you might like, depending on if it has a good inherit or not. There's quite a few of them, so I couldn't like name any right off the top of my head here. But yeah, I think your plan's overall not too bad here. But and you're conserving a lot of carrots, so that's always good. Always giving yourself some options, because they could always change something, as they've given us stuff early that really could shift cards to being better than they were originally. Whether a skill got buffed or a mechanic was added early that card can actually really help you with. Alright, we got the next one here. What can I use my first anniversary selectors on? So I was planning to MLB one of my power cards, but now most people say power SS. Yeah, power are pretty much dead, right? Power are not dead for overall, because they are showing that they are very good with this new auto. And so power cards are good for auto, but they also, you kind of can get away with lower limit breaks depending on the card with the auto too. Especially when we get the Grand Masters. Right now we're being able to get SS in Grand Live at a decent rate. I don't know, like, depending on the Uma, depending on the cards you have, you can get fairly consistent ones. Grand Masters, I have a feeling, will be even easier with this auto to get very consistent Umas, or SS Umas and parents. So, but power cards still have their value depending on the skills they have. But we'll have to see what else you have, if there's anything better to use them on. I mean, because here's the thing, if you're still holding on to these, they're losing their value rapidly. Because there's very few left. For the Uma selector, I was going to use it for New Year Opera, but if you think about it, I can just borrow operas as grandparent, and that frees up taking another Uma. I will say that is a potential option. She is a little bit harder of one to build, for the simple fact she needs, for the dirt rotation, Mile and Dirt, so you can let someone else do all the work for you, and get a really good grandparent one. I almost exclusively play end and late surgers. Okay. Another late and end surger player. So, anniversaries. Muteki's not going to be worth it because you're too low. Too low. Edmund, man. Yeah, none of your power cards are worth it. It's not going to fundamentally change any of them. Suzuka, potentially. I think Suzuka might be your option. Don't do it right off the bat. The only problem is, actually, you're a late and end user, though. Suzuka's gonna, if you do or are willing to do front runners, Suzuka speed, there's like I think 2, maybe 3 CMs where she'll be good in Grand Live, because she has unrestrained for that front runner, and she is also a link match, and she has 1 skill point bonus, and decent friendship bonus if I'm mistaken. So you can pair her really well, on those ones. And then using her, you can pair her with Agnes Tachyon. You use Silent Suzuka as Agnes Tachyon. You borrow Tokai Teo Wit. I'm gonna guess you have Light Hello. Hopefully. Hopefully you got... Okay, yeah, you got Light Hello, so you got Light Hello covered. That would cover your speed cards. Looks like you don't have Summer Mighty Zen. Oh, you have Biko Pegasus or Kitas. I mean, you can use either of these. And then you can... I'd almost want to use Biko Pegasus over Kitas-san, then borrow Tokai Teo just for the stat stick, but you can do either one of them, depending on whatever works, because then you can flex borrow anything else. Super Creek is good, so... Yeah, I can see where it's tricky. I mean, if you're willing to do front runners at all, Silent Suzuka would be my bet. Limit Break 1 gets you the skill point bonus, and this one just makes her slightly better. Everything else is kind of... Yeah, there's really nothing else. We have Boxin too, and you got all of the... Yeah, I think it's Silent Suzuka is the best overall. Yeah, that's one of the negatives of holding on to them. They lose their value quite rapidly, but... Silent Suzuka is probably the best bet that I could say for that one. Unless you're absolutely not willing to do front runners at all. They will be strong on the ones that come out. Let me look at the Umamusume. Could be telling you that you might not have any of the good ones. Let me have Smart Falcon. Oh man, you are kind of hurting on some Umas. I mean, looking at your support cards, you've been smart with your support pulls. Fujin. Ooh, an R81. Ballroom. I can see you don't have any of the big front runners, but you do have front runner potential in there. They're just not the meta ones. So right now, yeah, you're kind of in a tough spot, but Silent Suzuka is the best bet of the bunch, just because she's a link match. Have unrestrained for those CMs if you build a front runner. But outside of that, I don't see any value on any of them, realistically. So yeah, it's kind of a tough spot. But you can always also take a look and see, as we're testing different cards, and how they're working in independent training as well. And see if any of these are fundamentally changing them. Alright, on to the next one. I gotta try and stop yapping too much on some of these. These videos can get really long if I go on too much. Not sure what my 1.5 selector used for. Okay, so this one's the more recent one coming. You helped me have a suggestion what my selector should be used for. Currently at a rainbow crystal. The second rainbow crystal will be coming soon. Please advise me what the usage of my selector and rainbow crystal. Alright. Agnes Tachyon, you're waiting for your free pulls. I don't know if you... hopefully you still have your pity left. If you do, I mean, then you're good there. But, I mean, if for some reason you already used your pities and you didn't get another copy of her, absolutely her. MLB her. Biko Pegasus is dead now. I mean, you could see using her in the future, but I wouldn't worry about it. You got Kita-san, you have Agnes Tachyon, and you get no value really out of her. Super Creek's MLB, you're looking good there. Where is... Got fine motion. Wit cards are looking solid. I don't know what the copy... What's the last one here for Nakayama Festa does. Maybe potentially there? I don't know if that's fundamentally different. I do say that you're missing Summer Maruzensky. But, I mean, if you wanted to go with Summer Maruzensky, you would pop... to me, you get one copy at the selector and then crystal her to get the limit break 1 value out of her. But if you don't really care about her too much, or front runners, you can probably make do. I mean, she's a solid stat stick. She does have some good skills for non-fronts on her. But, I mean, with you having Biko Pegasus, I mean, you could make that your triple... Well, you have Kawakami Princess, too. So, I mean, I feel like Summer Maruzensky is probably your best bet. But then I would really want to use a crystal to limit break 1 it. You pretty much have everything else covered while you're waiting. So, I mean, you're going to have 2 rainbow crystals. Yeah, I mean, you could hold on to the selector and not use it if you have any plans or any upcoming support cards to pull on. And if you get like an off banner hit on something to pop on. I really don't see anything too crazy other than Summer Maruzensky. You're pretty much set everywhere else. That's the one tricky thing with this one is it's all by itself. You can't buy the 2 other selectors to then re-hit a card, which can, for a lot of cards, be pretty solid and topping them up all the way to Limit Break 2. But that's kind of my thoughts. I think it's either Summer Maruzensky or if you really want to, when you're doing the triple speeds, potentially Biko, but Biko's kind of dead to me. You have a lot of other options in here already as it is. That's kind of my thoughts. I mean, that's one of the things we're seeing right now. I'm kind of, I kind of got put into the situation with a use for mine, which is Summer Maruzensky, because I have Limit Break 2. Like, right now, depending on how smart you've been with your polls, sometimes it can be really hard to use that free selector, because a lot of times that free selector is only going to be good for a cards that you have lucked into like 1 or 2 copies to bring them up to maybe another threshold, and if that hasn't happened, you might not have any value of the selector. But that's why they start adding in the paid ones again, so now you can hit 3 times. So if you get 1 copy of a card, for example, you can take it all the way up to Limit Break 3, or if you do 200 pulls on one, you can take it all the way up to MLB, but it's going to cost $100 to get the 2 other selectors together. Which, sadly, they are not doing for the 1.5. Or that would open up a lot of options, as well as other people who are willing to spend. Alright, we got the last one here from Dark Roxas here, planning for the future. Trying to plan a future right now. Should have Tachyon Speed MLB. Yep, when all the free pulls are done with a Pity and Crystal. Should have my 1-year anniversary selector. And I might use it to bring Kawakami Speed 3 Limit Break and the 1.5 anniversary will be, as my planner shows MLB Maruzensky Speed with the selector and a crystal. Each one recommendations what to pull, possibly use for future sport cards for. Do not use crystal on Summer Maruzensky to MLB her. The difference between Limit Break 3 and MLB is not enough to waste a crystal. I would save that crystal for something else, but Limit 3 is a good... Like, that's what I'm going to be. I'll have Limit Break 3, Summer Maruzensky, after I use my selector. I'm not going to use a crystal to MLB her. It's kind of the same reason I'm not doing anything with Late Hello. I'll have Limit Break 2. I'll save my crystals. Like, in my current point, or where I'm currently sitting, I think I'll have 6 crystals when we get to Major Romanu. That'll open up a lot of options for me. Through Grandmasters. There's a lot of good support cards in Grandmasters that you could dip your toes into. And potentially, depending on your luck, use crystals to MLB it, or the next selector / paid selectors. There's a lot of options there. So try and conserve them as much as possible. Just top her up the Limit Break so you don't waste a crystal for MLB. You have Fine Motion, good to go. Mr. CB's good to go. You have Kita-san. Agnes Tachyon. I think you said you're gonna, because Agnes Tachyon's one you'll want to top up with. Agnes Tachyon's worth it, yeah. So 100% depending on the free pulls go. Yeah, she's worth the crystal to MLB. Other than that, I mean, I think it looked pretty solid, good to go here. And possibly with the pull. Okay, now let's look at the pull plan here. So you are skipping everything until Ines Fujin. You have 596, 200 there, guaranteed to get her good. Major Romanu, 400, really solid. She's a really good crystal option. Do your 400 pulls. Whatever happens, happens. Crystal her up to, you can crystal her up to MLB. Because I believe she has pretty strong bang for her buck at that. Goddess card, 200. She'll be copable at Limit Break 0. It's going to absolutely suck. Terrible banner overall. I hate this banner. Like, I hate... Like, if they wanted to do something, if they're willing to change anything, they really need to change this banner. Just merge these two together. They're not going to do it, but it'd be nice. So it looks like you have that. Okay. This one, are you free to play? Or are you spending? Oh, you're buying. Okay, you're a spender. Where are you going? McQueen? I would not... McQueen stamina is absolutely not worth being the one that you top off. The one reason I have talked about this banner is for power, nice nature. I find that she's going to be a very good parent card. And with more testing, though, we're going to have to see how testing goes. With this new... the new auto. She has Nimble Nav, Tail Held High, and Slipstream Gold all built into her kit. At the point when we get to Grandmasters, we should not have to worry too much about being very... We might be able to be a little bit more flexible with the support cards we use in our auto and still get SS. So she's primarily a parent card. And then pulling on this one, doing 200, if you're lucky and get at least one of them on the 200, then you can pity the other one. McQueen, to me, you want Limit Break 1 on it at a minimum for the longs. But outside of that, for most people, this is a very easy skip. I think it's a waste for a lot of people because I'm pulling on this banner specifically for parents. Oh, and I just saw an Popo0. Thanks for the small supporter membership in YouTube. I didn't see that earlier. Sorry, but it doesn't post that in the multi-chat, but I see it now. I don't know. I have to fix it where it'll pop it up on stream. but yeah, thanks for the membership. And I'll take a look at it here after this one. We have, so that one, you can save some pulls here. Save pulls here. Skip this one and top up your Mihono Bourbon Wit. Absolutely skip that one and get more. Make sure you don't miss your 400 here. Mihono Bourbon Wit, very good card. So that would be what I'd say. Unless you get like super lucky somewhere else, I wouldn't screw around with that. So you can do your 400 there, 400 here. And if you're lucky anywhere in here to save some carrots, by skipping the McQueen, there's a lot of other options for this one. You have, and depending on what Umas you like playing, you have like, man, why am I forgetting? Jungle Pocket Speed's one option. Manhattan Cafe Wit for the late Surger. PM Opera over Pace Chasers on long. There's a lot of like those niche ones that could fit into here. Or heck, if you really just skip the McQueen card overall and just buy 2 of them right here and get Limit Break 1, which is really the main thing you need for her. Because the McQueen card will die off as soon as Air Shakira drops. The core. Keep pronouncing it wrong. Everybody gives me crap for that, but you could, like, Limit Break 1 is kind of where you need her. And if you want Limit Break 2, you can do it here, but you definitely don't need to pull for her. I mean, this is good plan here. That's good plan there. And then okay, you're planning El Condor Pasa if you need to right there. And then 400 here, which is good. And then the McQueen Pace one. Yep, that's a good wit card. I can't remember if there's anything in between here. I don't think there's anything too crazy in here. I mean, there's NTR, which is a good Uma, but to me, she looks very skippable. And then, yeah, Anime Key-Sen Black's pretty good. I think your plan's overall pretty good. The only thing is the McQueen Ice Nate. I mean, you're really hurting on pulls here, and that's an easy 2. Brian Blaze? Yeah, Brian Blaze is a potential option, too, if you like pace. I mean, you can always make any pace chaser work like her with TM Opera O. Wit, but you'd have to borrow that one since you don't plan to pull it. But, yeah, there's a ton of options there. You should be able to save those 200 carats, though. But overall, you're looking pretty good, and I think your plan's solid outside of that. All right, let me refresh this. We have one more here, apparently. There we go. Got my dog down here who's whining a little bit. All right, so we got Zello X Pop. Started playing since the 1st of April. Oh, man, got April Fooled in. So I missed all the important speed cards. Yeah, I mean, there's you're new. I mean, you're at least not too new. I'm trying to think of what was April. April was like right around when Crack Blaze started. Missed all the important speed cards. I think I'm really late to the game right now. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Thanks to Unity 2.0, managed to win my first place in my first. Oh, man. So April, you won your first CM. And you only started in April. That is a very good achievement there. I lost this CM, the sprint. Barely lost it. But hey, congrats on getting a platinum that quickly after starting it. Trackblazer is probably one of the hardest ones to come in as a new player and try and be competitive. So yeah, I mean, Unity 2.0 definitely helped with that. This is the plan at the moment. Honestly, I have no idea what position I should main, since my deck right now is basically a homeless deck. Well, I don't know if you've pulled on Light Hello Agnes Tachyon, but Agnes Tachyon should be your like main speed card. It should be the one that hopefully you've been saving up for and should be able to MLB. But let's see. I'm not an Oshi player, so it works on my account. I would prioritize. Let's see here. Summer Body Zensky. Well, there's one speed card. There's your one of your core speed cards. She'll cover you pretty well. Man, yeah. Stamina is a big one you're tricky with. Super Creek should be able to cover you when she drops. But yeah, man, you are really hurting here. Stamina ones are pretty brutal. Power cards. I mean, power cards are really only good for parents right now. And you've got it. Actually, you got a decent kind of setup here for your one runs. Of course, you got Udada. Got the cards really don't matter right now. Wit, how you looking on Wit? Okay, you got Mr. CB right there. That's a good one. Kind of hurting on the Wit side. You could make her work with no stopping me. You're really hurting on these cards, but at least you got Mr. CB. Super Creek is definitely a good banner for you to really pull on. You'll MLB her. She'll be a solid. She'll kind of cover you until Major Romani. I wouldn't worry about any other Wit cards. Hopefully when you do some more card pulls, you get some of these other ones. Die with Scarlet's a very solid Grand Live one because of high starting friendship and really good friendship bonus. Let's see what your pull plan is. That's the spending one. Okay, yeah, you planned, did you pull yet on Agnes Tachyon Light Hello? Did I miss it? Oh, you got one copy of Light Hello. Oh my goodness, did you get super unlucky? Was it only one copy of Light Hello and 340 pulls? I don't know if you're still in chat or not. Did you already do all these pulls and only get one copy? Oh, you've only done your free pulls. You haven't done your other pulls? That's just free pulls. Okay. If that's just free pulls, that's pretty good. I would say you've got one copy of Light Hello. I mean, because the idea I would have is you try and get Agnes. How many rainbow crystals do you have? You have, starting since April, you have one, right? Or are you close to one? This one's a scary one. It depends on how you want to play. Agnes Tachyon would be a very good card, but you have no way to guarantee MLB. You could get shafted royally. Like, you could get really screwed over. Trying to think here how you could approach this. Because you have your Limit Break 0 Light Hello. So you have Light Hello. You can borrow a speed card. So you can borrow Agnes Tachyon MLB. Pair it with your Summer Maruzenski. You have Mr. CB as a wit. That's Mr. CB. Your biggest problem right now is stamina cards, which you should pull heavily on Super Creek, which is why I'm thinking maybe you just do the free pulls and save your carrots. Because you're kind of in a tough spot here. Yeah, one SSR crystal. Yeah. So you could at best Limit Break 3 her, and I would not... I don't know if I would want to risk it. While you have a good... Because you can do 400. See how the free pulls go. If you get an Agnes Tachyon... If you get one Agnes Tachyon... You get one Agnes Tachyon. You do the 2 pities. That takes you to Limit Break 2. And then you can crystal her to 3. That's still... I mean, you could get screwed. It depends on if you want to take that risk or not. If you get one copy, Limit Break 3 is very usable. And it would be you would use that as your main speed card alongside your Summer Maruzenki. Because, yeah, you're kind of in a tough spot right now. Your cards are kind of bad. And because you're so new, it almost feels like you just kind of want to write off Grand Live a little bit and stockpile and be... Because you can be very strong going in the Grand Masters if you're willing to kind of just chill in Grand Live a little bit. Build maybe for... build Open League instead of Graded. Because it's going to be very hard with this deck to be competitive. Grand Live is not going to be very nice to you compared to Track Blazer. But if you chill, you can save, pull on Super Creek Banner, get you your stamina card. That'll top up your Mr. CB. And then... save for Major Romanu. Oh my goodness, my dog is just crazy. But I think that is your best bet for now. It'll be a struggle for Grand Live no matter what. If you can do your 60k on this banner, but it can screw you, and then you're waiting even longer. And I wouldn't want that to happen. Especially since you're not someone that's probably willing to reroll since you won a CM. You already have decent stuff anyway to not want to reroll. So, let's look at your pull plan again here. So, see how this goes? I feel like Super Creek's your better bet. Like, Fine Motion, because you already have Mr. CB, and Major Romanu is going to be your next big wit card. That'll get you your 2 wit cards. Mr. CB, Major Romanu. I would not worry about Fine Motion at all. And you already have enough copies of Summer Maru. You have Limit Break 1 Summer Maru Zensky. You do not need to waste polls just to try and get her a little bit higher. You will get this free, and the thing is with Super Creek, we're gonna get a selector, a free selector. What you'll want to do with that, hold on to that. Don't use it right away. See how your polls go on Super Creek. I would switch this 400 down to here, and especially if you save here, because you do have one copy of Light Hello to kind of just try and survive through Grand Live. And you should be able to MLB Super Creek here. Hopefully you get some copies and get an MLB Mr. CB. She by no means needs to be MLB though. And then once you get to here, Major Romanu. And there's really no big speed cards until Alcandra Pasa for you. Yeah, he could Selector and Crystal over Limit Break 3, Summer Maruzensky, but I feel like it's better to be safe for Super Creek. Super Creek needs the dupes. Summer Maruzensky doesn't. And you can, depending on how his luck goes here, I would want to get her MLB here. That's why I feel like hold on to the Selector until this point. But it is a ways away. I mean, it's going to be tough. I mean, this is a very tough point to start. You kind of started at a tough point, and like I just feel like you don't have enough to dump on this banner for Agnes Tachyon. Because if you have really bad luck, it just sucks. That's kind of my thoughts there. It just depends on how you want to go about it. Because if you pull here and you end up with only Limit Break 2 Agnes Tachyon, now you have no carrots. And you're limping along through here. And so just pull right there. And then you can build a full deck. I mean, you're going to be stuck using like the same deck every single time, but you will be able to have a full deck to build for every CM after Super Creek. Then you get Major Romanu. And who knows what you'll off banner. That might give you some options on the off banners too for crystals. And then, yeah, you'll get one copy of the Goddess card, and then you just survive through and and then all in on El Condor Pasa. Get her MLB, and you're caught up completely there. And seeing how much you're saving, there'll be some, you can pick up an Uma or two. I mean, you definitely want to make sure you get some good Umas that you like in there on the way. I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, it is definitely kind of tough to start now. And she is whining like crazy. Oh, sorry, I did not see this. I did not see this. You're still holding. Oh, so your April was before the anniversary. You still have the first anniversaries. Okay, that changes things. You have the 2 anniversaries. 2 anniversaries plus the selector. That's Limit Break 2. Crystal is... Man, you could Limit Break 3 any card. You don't have one copy of Kita-san, do you? I was going to say, you could get Kita-san all the way to Limit Break 3. Power cards are definitely... It's between these two. You could... If you wanted to, you could get yourself Kita-san Limit Break 3. But you have no way to get another one after that. It's the big difference is special priority. Outside of that, there isn't. But I feel like that might actually be your best bet. Limit Break 3 Kita-san, because I don't see anything else. You could MLB Fine Motion if you wanted to. You could use all the selectors and then crystal her to MLB. Actually, I don't know. Is she good at Limit Break 3? I can't even remember. I think it was... If you have max friendship, she might be copeable. Because you don't care about the race bonus anymore in Grand Live. but that is an option. You can limit break 3 Kitasan, and now you'll be sitting pretty... You would actually be sitting good on your speed card. Use Kitasan Black. Use Kitasan Black. You have Light Hello, Summer Maruzenski. You borrow Agnes Tachyon Speed. You have Mr. CB. But those are some options there. I mean, hopefully some other people might give their input. But yeah, that definitely opens you up a lot of options here. There's also, I mean, you could also continue to hold on to them until you do your Super Creek pulls, and then if you get lucky on, say, a card like Kitasan Black, that makes it even more of a good reason to MLB her. But that might be your best option. All the selectors in Kitasan Black, use your crystal, limit break 3, very usable. You're missing out on a lot of special priority, but still a very usable speed card that can carry you all the way to El Condor-Pasa, and you won't be coping or having to deal with too much. You can borrow Agnes Tachyon Speed with those. But that's going to be pretty much it on this one. This one kind of going a little long for a count review. It's been a while since I've done one. I try and do them randomly, though. I don't really schedule them. They're kind of just whenever I need to fill some time. Which I'll probably start doing more of them now that we have auto in Umamusume. So I need more content that is not just me doing parent runs, since I'm not going to be doing them as much anymore. But that's going to be it for this account review. And if you like my content, if you could like, comment, subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.